Hi guys, this is Ash and this is my review of the HTC One X, the latest flagship phone from HTC. So this is the first mobile phone to include the Tegra 3 processor. Tegra 3 is a quad-core processor. It actually contains 5 cores, 4 cores along with one backup core that is used for saving battery. So let's start with the external features. First off, before you can ask, this is a ThinkSling. This is an accessory for the phone that I've added on, so it's for for grip and stuff. So if you want to know more about this, click on the link that pops up right now to take you to that review. So moving on, on the sides you've got the volume rocker to the right. To the bottom you've got the microphone. To the left you've got the micro USB port. This can be used, connected to a charger or to a USB cable via the computer and charged from there. It is also MHL capable, which means that if you connect an MHL adapter to this, which the MHL adapter is not included in the box, but if you get one and connect it, you can actually mirror the phone's display onto the TV. And on top you've got another microphone port for stereo recording when you shoot videos. You've got the stereo jack. You've got the micro SIM port. It's pretty much what you find on Apple devices. You just poke a pin over here and the slot pops up and you can just enter the micro SIM. And this is the power button, and the power button is pretty easy to find, so you can actually feel it. You don't have to look for it, you can just feel it and use it, so that's pretty decent. And on the back you've got the camera. This is an 8 megapixel shooter, and you've got a single LED flash which is capable of 5 levels of intensity. So that means when you're taking shots, it's not going to be just varying the time of flash, as in the seconds that the flash works, but it'll actually be varying the intensity of the flash as per requirements. So and the body is made of polycarbonate. It's a unibody, which means it's made from one single piece of polycarbonate, and whatever holes that are on it are actually drilled into this. So it looks good, but on the downside it means that the battery is inbuilt. It is not user replaceable. Again, the most obvious omission over here is the lack of micro SD ports. So you cannot use a micro SD card over here. Okay, and here are the capacitive buttons. So gone are the usual menu, home and search buttons. Instead you've got the back, home and the open apps button. This is the default buttons for ice cream sandwich phones going forward. The screen is 4.7 inches diagonal, and it's an HD Super LCD display. While the blacks are not comparable to what you find on Super AMOLED displays, the whites are very wide, and it is capable of displaying some vivid colors. And another thing over here is that the display is not a pentile display, which means you've got the full spectrum of RGB. Okay, now moving on to what's under the hood. Okay, sorry for the interruption guys. In the last few seconds of the video you'd have seen the phone actually shaking a little bit. We kinda had an earthquake over here, so I had to go out and just got back in. So back to it. Under the hood we've got a quad-core Tegra 3 processor, 1 GB of RAM, 4.7 inch 720p resolution display, 8 megapixel 1.3 and Bluetooth 4.0, and that's the Wi-Fi. So that's pretty much what is under the hood. This phone also has NFC capabilities. Now onto the software. This phone features ice cream sandwich, like I said earlier, and it also comes with Sense 4.0. That's the latest version of the custom skin from HTC. Sense 4.0 is kind of an overhaul wherein a lot of eye candy has been removed. It looks very simple. With Sense 3.0, for the same kind of widget on the sides, when you actually do this transition, you can actually see a spindle over here that's been removed and stuff like that. So Sense 4.0 is not as much as a resource hog as Sense 3.0 was. And this phone also features a lot of inbuilt apps which cannot be classified as bloatware because they are pretty useful. For example, you've got HTC Hub, You've got a mirror app, which is nothing but the front cam. You've got, what do you say, eBuddy XMS. You've got FriendStream. Dropbox is one of the most important ones because you get about 25 gigs of free space, so that helps you back up all your data. So as far as data goes, since this phone does not have a micro SD card slot, it comes with an inbuilt memory of 32 gigs. It's formatted in such a way that 25 gigs is available to the user, and those 25 gigs can be mounted onto a PC, so you can transfer whatever you want for up to 25 gigs. You also get a few other apps, like for example, news and weather, navigation, the notes app, a PDF viewer, and so on. So the apps that come bundled with the phone are pretty decent. Okay, one more thing when it comes to software is the browser, and I've got to say HTC have kind of outdone them in this front. So let me quickly load up a site. Okay, so I've just searched for ESPN Cricinfo. So that's the first link. So if you take view desktop, if you uncheck view desktop site off over here and you tap on Cricinfo, it's gonna load m.espncricinfo.com. That's the mobile site. So in case you go back, and this time you tap view desktop site, and now you hit ESPN Cricinfo, the whole site actually loads up. So this is a handy little feature. So this is the desktop site that loads up, and similarly with most phones these days, you can just tap on stuff. Okay, let me open up a link. Okay, now with most devices, when you double tap on the screen, it actually, the text reflows so that you can actually read it without having to scroll side by side. But where HTC outdoes the competitors is that if you zoom in even further, the text again reflows. So you can still read everything no matter how big what kind of font that you increase it to, the text still reflows. So this is the highest, and you still see that the text is very clear. And again, since this is not a pen tile display, everything is very crisp and pretty decent. So you also get an option of read. Tapping on read removes most of the unwanted stuff, and you just get the text and most of the article that you want to read. So that's pretty decent again. So these are, but one gripe if it comes to the browser is that the browser limits the number of tabs that you can open at a time simultaneously to 6. So as you can see, I've got 6 tabs open, and new tab or new incognito tab have been disabled. So even an older phone like the Samsung Galaxy Note, which has only a dual core processor, supports up to 8 tabs. So that is a little bit of a letdown for me. One more unique selling point of this phone is its camera. So like I already said, the flash has 5 levels of intensity, and the camera, it is built in. I'm not really into photography, or I don't know all the terms as such, but for a layman who's picking up this phone, what you need to know is that the camera lets a lot of light in, which means that the camera can actually capture better lights in low light settings than say a camera on an iPhone 4S or even a Galaxy Note or Galaxy S2. So another thing with this camera is that it's very, very fast, about only 2 seconds between shots. So let me show you that. And that's the speed at which it takes photos. And yeah, when you're moving, there is some blur, I don't say no, but overall the pictures are pretty clear. And so on. So guys, let me just quickly shoot a video over here, and I'll get back to this. 1080p video that I'm shooting right now with the camera on the HTC One X. So as you can see, it's pretty sweet. And one advantage of this camera is that while you're shooting videos, you can go ahead and actually snap 8 megapixel photos. I'm doing that right now, and I'll show you this on the once I get back to the review. So guys, I was just editing the video and I thought I'll shoot a video, another one, because the first video that I had actually shot earlier in the day, I was shooting that from my balcony, and I've got my I've got my air conditioner running, so a lot of noise that you heard was, you know, due to my air conditioner. So I just wanted to shoot a video where you can actually see, hear what kind of noise the microphone actually picks up, and also to show you how good the video is in low light conditions. So right now I've turned off the tubes, and that is the only light in the room, and still the video is okay. You can't see anything over here, but this is how the video is. So guys, these are the pictures that I actually took while I was taking the video. So this is the video, but these are the pictures I snapped while I was taking the video, and these are 8 megapixel shots. So you can keep snapping pictures while you take a video, and similarly, if you play a video and while the video plays, you can actually go ahead and take screenshots. So that's another added advantage, and the camera on this phone is just amazing. And once again, you also get an option of HDR, and it's very useful in low light situations. You also get your panoramic view, again possible with this camera. So overall, the camera is a definite plus for this phone. So guys, the last thing that I wanted to talk about in this part of the review is how the camera fares in low light conditions. So I've taken 3 pictures of my living room right now, and in the video I just showed you that I just have a single light on, so it's pretty dark. So this is the first picture, and this was taken without HDR and without flash, and this is without flash with HDR, and this one is with flash on. So if you can zoom in, you can see that the one with HDR did capture a little bit more details, and this one is a lot more grainy. And the best one would be the one with flash that captured most details and with the least amount of noise. So the thing here is, the flash works pretty good. It's not too bright so as to take focus of stuff. It just illuminates the room well enough to actually take a decent picture. And if you cannot use flash, HDR still does a pretty good job. So I just wanted to show you guys these 3 pictures so that you can know how good this camera actually is. So that's pretty much it for the first part of this review, guys. In the next part, we'll look into the media capabilities of the phone, benchmarks, and a conclusion on whether this phone is good enough to buy or not, or at least my 2 cents on the subject. So guys, in case you actually like my review, go ahead and click the like button and the subscribe button on top as well. And I will be coming out with more videos for the HTC One X, including tutorials to root and possibly install some ROMs and so on, like I've done with the Galaxy Note. So in case you'd like to buy this phone, guys, there's a direct link to Amazon in the description, so you can go ahead and click that link and probably make me a few bucks as well. At least I'm being honest. Alright, so that's pretty much it, guys. Click on the link that's annotated under the video, or the link in the description to go to the next part of this video. So once again, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate the fact that you're actually going to hit the subscribe and like buttons right now. So once again, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Catch you in the next part. Bye bye for now.